say people come from far, far, far away to find their dreams, chasing down these meteors and comets called dreams in the sky of life.
Yo, what's Gucci, everybody? It's your boy, SJK, the first Black Super Saiyan to wear vibe on this planet, and I'm back here with another stream. I am very tired. I just did some overtime, so we're not going to go too long with this stream. Adam should be here at any moment. You know, I told him we were starting at this time. But for now, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and start it up and just get to the topics at hand. We have two topics. First topic is going to be about Trigun Stampede, the new Trigun reboot. I already seen the trailer, but I'm going to watch it again with you guys. I'm going to discuss it, talk about it, because I have some issues with what I've seen. I have some issues. Okay. Hold on. Let me crank up that music. Hold up, y'all. Okay. What up, Tony Tone? What up? Hold on, guys. This is the wrong song. How's everybody doing in the chat? Oh, now I know why the stream's been getting copyrighted. This is the wrong fucking instrumental. Damn. Let me turn this off real quick. Shit. What's up, Ashley? What's good? All right, guys, we're about to go ahead and start and get into this. We're going to talk about this monstrosity of a reboot. This shit looks so trash. Let me get the trailer, you guys. Damn, shit's on YouTube. Fuck. Dun, 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 dun. All right. I got it, guys. So this is the trailer for Trigun Stampede. We're about to go ahead and react to it real quick. I'm gonna talk about it. If you guys have not watched the original anime, the original anime came out, I think back in the 90s. Yeah, back in the 90s. And it's basically a post-apocalyptic Western type of story. It's not in the Wild West, but it's a futuristic Western. So look at it like that. Futuristic Western with some sci-fi in it. I wouldn't say aliens, but space stuff, space travel, all that. They don't dive deep into that in the first Trigun series. So I don't know if they're going to dive deeper into that type of the sci-fi, into the sci-fi aspect with this reboot. But it's basically a light sci-fi Western. So let's go ahead and get into this reboot. This is a reboot, so they're going to be doing their own new thing, changing things around. Vash is a very different design, but let's look at this trailer and see what's up. god, this animation looks ass. Trailer was, you take away the ugly animation, the trailer, the music, the way they're building it up, it's all cool. It's just the visuals, which is in this ugly 3D CGI mess, is the only thing really turning me off from watching it. I am really not looking forward to watching this. I probably will not, but I might as well talk about it because I do like the original Trigun. Yay, that shit look ass. Alright, so I'll show you guys why that shit looks ass compared to what it used to be. So that animation we saw was 3D CGI. Those are from the same creators that did Beastars on Netflix. And they did the same thing, 3D CGI, all that shit. Now I'll show you guys why I think that animation looked ugly and why this 2D animation here of the same series, while this is a reboot, I acknowledge it's a reboot, but I can show you better animation right here.
The minions are coming to IHOP with an all-new menu you're going to love.
It's going to blow your guys' mind. Trust me, it's going to blow your fucking minds. Well, this is a trailer, but y'all get a glimpse of. So this is the 2011 movie that came out after the show. So this is like a updated version of the animation that's already set. So it's going to be very much high quality, but this is for 2011. This animation holds up. This is 2D animation.
I'm the one who threw the die on this.
See, look. Looks so much fucking better. So much better. And then I gotta look at this fucking bullshit right here. It's ugly shit. Look at this, y'all. It's ugly ass shit. Fugly 3D looking bullshit. Look at the textures and shit on this motherfucker. Ugh. Trash. It look ass. You guys, I'll do this. I'll give like the first episode a chance. I'm gonna give the first episode a chance. You know, I'm gonna watch it. I gave the recent Resident Evil Netflix show a chance. I watched the first episode. I do not want to finish watching the rest of that. I'm gonna give the first episode a chance. Check it out. See what it's gonna be about. I don't know how much you're gonna change, how much you're gonna tweak, but visually, this is putting me off. The only thing I've seen recently that looked good in like the 3D CGI, and mind you, I'm a little biased because it is Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball Super, the Dragon Ball Superheroes movie. Now, I don't want that animation permanently for the rest of the Dragon Ball movies. It's just that 3D animation they're doing looks a lot better than the shit I'm looking at here. And Adam has just arrived to the stream. Was good, Adam. Was good.
Yo, what up, kid? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Right. How you doing?
Doing good. Just reacted to this trailer for the new Trigun reboot. I'm not sure if you've seen it. I can play it back. But
I
I
haven't seen it yet.
So this is the reboot being done by a different studio, not the same studio that did the original.
Yeah.
So it's made by the people who did Beastars.
Okay.
All right, let me play this back for Adam, guys.
don't know how I feel about this animation.
I'm right there with you. I'm not feeling this shit either.
口先だけの妄想少女僕らの誰もこすお前は共犯者だそうだろうわーしゅ
To me, this looks like the same 3D animation that I would see a Netflix anime doing.
It looks interesting.
Yeah,
I
like
don't know.
from the premise of the trailer, everything how they built it up, the music, all that stuff was great. Like it can kind of get me into it. The only thing putting me off is really the animation style, and I'm not really interested in this animation style for this particular show because you did it so great in 2D. There's no reason to jump to 3D.
And I don't know why they made the whole movie. If the whole movie is 3D animation, I feel like 3D animation is good, but like I don't know if they should have did it for the whole movie.
Well, this one's a TV show, so this is going to be a TV show.
Okay, well,
I'm gonna give the first episode a chance. I'm gonna watch it, but more than likely, I'm not going to watch the whole thing because this animation really puts me off. I know it's kind of unfair to not give the show even more of a chance because the animation, but when it comes to anime, CGI and 3D do not really mix well.
yeah.
When it comes to anime, like the only time I've seen it look really good, well, look somewhat good, is when they do the big high budget movies like the Final Fantasy movies.
When does this drop it?
This drops. Let me get it drops in 2023. They didn't give a date, but it drops in 2023.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing for like animes usually be releasing in like spring, no, around like fall or spring release.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. It looks interesting. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna give it a few episodes.
Yeah, and from what it looks like from the trailer, it looks like they're going to, compared to the original show, explore them as kids more. Because the original show, they really didn't do that. They didn't focus on showing their childhood that much. I think this reboot is going to focus more on their childhood. Because the main cast they have set up that they really are marketing is the younger versions of these main characters, Rem, Vash, and Knives, and especially their young selves. So it looks like there's going to be great emphasis on the younger versions in this adaptation. Any other opinion you had on this Trigun reboot?
I mean, it looks interesting. Like I said, it looks interesting. I'll check it out when it comes out. I mean, hopefully, animation wise, I mean, I might get used to it because at first I don't know if you watched Arcane, but I didn't like that animation, but I got used to it as the episodes went on. So it might be the same with this.
Yeah. It's like, so on Netflix, there's a show called Pacific Rim to Black, and it's in this like exact same type of style. And I finished the show, even though it's in the same style, because I did like the characters. Now maybe this can do the same, but just from where it started at and where it's at now, it's like you went from this great thing here with this animation style, and you kind of, all in a sense, almost downgrade. It's like very underwhelming.
Yeah.
So, if you didn't have anything else to say on that, this next topic we have. So, Nintendo just purchased a anime studio. I have the article here. I'm not sure how interested you'd be in this, but looks like we might get some future Legend of Zelda, Mario movies, and different types of animations based off the Nintendo characters.
That could be fire.
Honestly, they could just do a Smash Bros. Movie in the anime style. Let me get this article up right here. All right, so you guys, it was confirmed on Twitter from Nintendo that they had bought the studio. We're reading it from comicbook.com. I know they're not the best reliable source all the time, but they did put the tweet in here that did confirm they are buying that studio, well, that they acquired it. So it looks like Nintendo is ready to expand its horizons. Earlier today, the video game company announced it has acquired an anime studio of its very own. According to the reports, Nintendo is looking to expand its visual library with help from this new studio, and its artists have worked on some of the anime's biggest titles in the last few years. Nintendo has acquired Dynamo Pictures now and plans to rebrand the company as Nintendo Pictures moving forward. So they're about to straight up rebrand this whole company and making Nintendo everything. According to the reports, the deal was made in the hopes of developing visual content using Nintendo IPs. Nintendo Pictures will be tasked with the planning and production of visual content, including CG animation for the foreseeable future.
Oh man.
We was just talking about this shit.
Oh, that
CG
shit away, man.
animation for the foreseeable future. Damn, Mario about to be looking weird in that shit.
CG anim. I don't know how I feel about that.
So let me look at this is the tweet real quick that pretty much confirms it. Let me go to the tweet. Translate that. So this is Nintendo HP news release notice regarding making Dynamo Pictures company a subsidiary has been posted. So yeah, it's pretty much confirmed here. They have purchased them. Looks like they're about to do some CG animation and shit. It's worrisome. They didn't say nothing about 2D. Of course, that workload could be dedicated to gaming, as Nintendo often includes cutscenes in its new games. However, this responsibility also leaves Nintendo Pictures open to full-blown anime projects. This includes films, OVA specials, and TV series if fans are lucky. And as Nintendo is currently exploring big screen deals with IPs such as Mario, you can see why the company will be interested in overseeing its own anime project in-house. So I get this probably won't confirm that everything's in CG, but they might do a mix. I think some stuff is going to be CG and some other stuff is going to be like traditional 2D.
Nah, I feel like they're gonna do everything in CG. It's gonna be lazy, but I mean, they could get a lot of good content out of this.
So the studio is called Dynamo. I'm gonna see what the hell these Dynamo Pictures people did do. To see what they have done. So they worked on the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie, and Evangelion 2.0, Harlock the Space Pirate. I seen that. Oh, they worked on the Kingsley. Oh shit, they worked on Kingsley Final Fantasy 15 movie. They did the Resident Evil, Infinite Darkness. I got some hopes for their CG. I think their CG is a little bit better than the usual CG. Like the most of the CG, like the Kingsley Final Fantasy 15 one.
Yeah.
If they gonna be making shit that looks like the Final Fantasy movies, as far as like that CG, then I'm kind of for that. Not the cheap looking CG animation that we just saw with the Trigun, but you're gonna make it kind of like the Final Fantasy movies. You know, make it a little bit kind of realistic and stuff. Add a little bit of realism, but it's still, it still looks bearable to watch, and it looks good enough. I'm totally fine with that, but I don't want everything to be in CG. But yeah, they did some good stuff. They didn't do nothing bad. Yokai Watch, SD Gundam World Heroes. Yeah, they worked on some pretty good stuff.
I need to watch some of these movies.
Of course, Nintendo Pictures, or rather Dynamo Pictures from back in the day, has experience working on high-profile titles from Dragon Ball Superhero to Yuri on Ice and even Earwig and the Witch. Dynamo Pictures has been a premium outsourced studio for anime's top production companies as of late. Now the team will get to take all of that experience and apply it to Nintendo titles. So if we could get a Kirby versus Perfect Cell short, well, I would not say no. What do you think about this latest Nintendo acquisition? What sort of anime project should the franchise take on first? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section, blah, blah, blah. They're just promoting the rest of their stuff. Shouts out Nintendo. I think this would be good for them. A great way to market their products, like turn them into, like expand the brand, like expand just past video games. They got merchandise, marketing deals and stuff. But like making TV shows and movies based off these IPs, for example, like Zelda, and most we get out of Zelda, you just see them in video games. You don't really see them in nothing else. And they can outsource Zelda into a TV show, anime, in a media that people is checking out. This is going to get this character looked at more. Yeah, Zelda is a popular game franchise, but you can get more people to check it out once you bring it out to TVs, movies, all this stuff. And especially they put this stuff in theaters. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd definitely be on board for a Zelda TV show. I haven't even played the games in a minute, but I'd definitely be on board for that.
I think Zelda would work the best in that in the font, because they did production for the King's Age Final Fantasy movie. So if they kind of do the CG like that, like the Final Fantasy movies for Zelda, that's perfect, because Zelda already has a little bit of a realism to it, especially if you play like Twilight Princess. The way they did the animation and stuff has more realism to it. It's not cartoonish. What's up, Chillmonger? Oh, chill. I know Nintendo's your shebang. I'm gonna send you a link real quick, chill. You might be interested in this news. Adam, real quick, did you hear about that Barney shit Daniel Kaluuya's working on?
You said the what?
Daniel Kaluuya, the guy from Get Out.
Yeah.
He wants to make a Barney movie.
Oh yeah. I seen that on Twitter. They was trying to make he wants to make like an evil Barney. Or something. Yeah,
he kind of trying to do like that Winnie the Pooh remake they're doing.
Yeah.
Where they make them all like dark and
sinister. Shit. That's about to be dumb shit. I ain't even gonna take it serious.
Oh my gosh. Look, I'll just say this. If they do that, if they do it,
how does that cross someone's mind to make Barney into like a horror type evil?
I think how he gonna do it, I'll be honest, I feel like he's gonna actually like make Barney like it's gonna be a fantasy, obviously, but make Barney a real actual dinosaur that was a dinosaur on a TV show. His TV show got so popular, he became this big, great actor and shit. And he's like strung out on drugs, just doing so much fuck shit. I really feel like it's gonna be something like that. He's in all these big movies. He's doing weird shit. He probably has a cult and stuff. Like, I think Daniel's gonna do that.
I mean, I'm gonna see the trailer.
Or he might do it like Five Nights at Freddy's. That's kind of how I kind of also could imagine being done. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, as far as the anime studio for Nintendo, the only thing I need for them to do is like, if they're gonna do series and stuff, like they should really branch out. Like Mario itself is already their biggest IP, they couldn't just make a whole universe out of that for anime with the Mario stuff. Do like a Luigi spinoff, Princess Peach, Princess Daisy spinoff, Mario versus Bowser. They can do so much in that Mario universe into an anime. But yeah, they should prioritize Mario, Kirby, Zelda, and Metroid.
Yeah.
I think they prioritize those four. I think then there's a lot of Nintendo IPs. Those really the only ones you can really do something with. Pokemon, they already good. They got their TV shows and shit, so you ain't gotta do nothing for Pokemon. It already has enough clout as is because of that TV show. A trading card game, all that. Mario and them, they're gonna need it the most. Mario has the most clout out of all his other IPs that's on Nintendo, but it doesn't hurt to have some animes and movies and stuff that will boost your popularity.
Yeah, if they play their cards right, then it can definitely turn into something big.
Do you think they do Smash Brothers anime?
I feel like they could.
Do you think they do Smash Brothers anime? What's up, Chill?
I feel like they could.
Do you think they do? Oh, Chill, we can hear you in the background. We can hear ourselves in your background. You guys had to get Chill in here real quick. He is a fellow Nintendo head, and I think he might be interested in this news.
Okay. What was the last thing you said? Super Smash Brothers. That's how you culminate. That's the multiversal type thing that you come and you close out with. What we do need is Zelda with sequels.
It can be a one-off series, like a 12-episode series leading to like take all the IPs that get trapped. Each episode you focus on just the essential characters like Mario, Sonic,
like that.
Zelda.
So
Snake.
It's an animated what do you call it? Universe, right?
Yeah, so all right, so they took this whole studio, they rebranded it. So it used to be Dynamo Pictures, now it's Nintendo Pictures. So they can do whatever they want with this. They can do like a Mario TV show, a Zelda TV show, a Metro TV show. So they're not like taking all the IPs and smashing them together. But
they shouldn't. They should keep them apart. Then when you smash them together, it's more special because we have years with this Zelda and years with this. I should have said Link, but years with Mario, years with Luigi, years with Bowser, years with Kirby, years with Metroid Prime. And then when you fuse them together, that's you know what I mean. We had that for Avengers. I don't know. You guys on DC didn't really get exactly that, but we had our individual franchises, and then they blasted us with the combination. Everyone's here. That's what Nintendo could do, including Pokemon.
I think for Nintendo, you have like do like spin-off movies. You have a Pocket universe where you got the actual Mario, how he's supposed to be. Another universe is like a Dark Mario. Another universe like a Mario that's he's a regular person. He's an actual real plumber. There's no fantasy stuff. And Princess Peach not really a princess. She's a prostitute that calls herself Princess Peach. But everybody calls her princess on the street. Hey, it's Princess Peach.
Yeah, make it a dude whose name starts with the letter S. He's Prince S. From Georgia, where the peaches are. Keep me away from this IP. No.
But yeah, so Nintendo has like full control over this. So this is now theirs. It's not like they're sharing it with anybody. This is now theirs. They literally rebranded the name to Nintendo Pictures.
For the sake of doing live action films.
All animated. So they want to do OVAs, TV shows, and movies. But they want to use CG animation. I'm not saying they're going to use for everything. They want to use CG animation.
So Lion King type?
I'll show you guys.
What's CG animation? Is that Clone Wars? The CG animations, the Pokemon Detective Pikachu, like those CG?
Anything that's 3D CG, like Clone Wars, that's part like 3D CG. It's not really 2D.
But like anime is like Naruto is 2D.
Yeah. If it's hand drawn, that's 2D.
Yeah. Except for Rock Lee versus Garo when they spun around the room.
So this is some of the animation they have worked on. The studio. So they worked on this movie here, Kingsley Final Fantasy 15. So this animation here, they had a big part in working on this.
So the same people work at the studio. It's just the owners are Nintendo.
Yep.
Yeah, this looks good. My imagination is running wild. What franchise would I
Like
want
I
to see?
said, mind you, this was a movie, so this was really expensive to make. It didn't do numbers like that in the box office. But if they're gonna do it like this, and I think you can do something like this with Metroid and Zelda, since those are the more realistic parts of Nintendo when it comes to the way the characters look. You know, they look at actual people. They're not short little people with short legs like Mario.
Zelda, if we're looking at the real life people, it's not Kirby, Pokemon, and and Luigi. It will have to be Zelda. That's the first thing I would think about they're doing, and that's definitely the first thing they're thinking about doing. Adam, Zelda?
Yeah, I'd love to see Zelda first. Yeah.
Zelda might be the most ambitious out of all the franchises they can do. It's like it's the one that actually has a story to it. You know, because Mario, there's not saying it's not much of a story, but each game is like a one-off. Zelda, there is more connection and synergy between the games. You have some spin-offs, like the one where Zelda's a little chibi, he's tiny and stuff. Link, he's all tiny and stuff, he's riding on a boat, and it's not connected to the other games, but most of the games are connected.
I saw a long video about the timeline, and that world where he's the Toon Link is from the timeline in Ocarina of Time. If you lose the game, then everything gets flooded, and that's like how in the Wind Waker game, that's that path.
That's the Toon Link spinoff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Nintendo just secured something solid. Now we need to see how their Mario movie's about to do. This Mario animation they got. I don't think it's made by this same studio. I forgot what studio is working on that Mario movie. I think it's going to be more like, the Western type of animation. I think they want to make sure it can appeal to the Western audiences and get that money.
They're not going to cater to the Japanese audience with Mario, are they? I don't feel like Mario has the Japanese branding the same way like a Pokemon sort of. I feel like it's Japanese.
Yeah, because a lot of elements in Mario is not really like Mario and Luigi. They both Italian plumbers. Peach is she's this white chick, blonde hair, blue eyes.
They do have
Japanese elements is really like Yoshi, this tiny little green dragon. Looks cute and stuff. Says Yoshi.
The hammer tossing guys too. There's like some sort of capoeira.
All the fantasy, like the true fantasy, like Bowser. Those are the anime-ish Japanese elements that are there. But as far as your main leads, they're because Mario appeals to everybody. It's not really just a Japanese like niche.
He's not. That's amazing that they were able to do that though. And
so I think they're gonna. When they make this movie, it's gonna be in the Western like animation, kind of like Pixar, Disney, Warner Brothers, like how they do their, the standard.
They're gonna compete every year. Every year they're gonna be in Oscar contention with DreamWorks and Pixar.
It's studio. Well, it depends how I do the animation because I'm hoping it looks like they can do it like Wreck-It Ralph. When Wreck-It Ralph first came out, we saw Sonic, all these characters and stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of hoping the movie does look like that, look like Wreck-It Ralph.
Look like it. You're not talking about visually. You're talking about things they do.
Visually. And things they do. Because Wreck-It Ralph took place in the video game world. Like, it was literally inside a video game, and they was doing stuff that can only work in a video game. So, yeah, do it like Wreck-It Ralph.
I hope that they actually cast voice actors from the games. I don't know why Chris Pratt is playing Mario. That Francis guy should be playing Mario.
Oh yeah, the people that did Despicable Me. Oh, then they're good. If it's the people that did Despicable Me, they're about to be looking like that.
Oh, Despicable Me, what? I saw a couple of people at the cinema wearing suits, gentle minions.
Oh, there's people. Yeah. I didn't go to my theater yet to see people in the suits and stuff, but it's a dope trend. Aside from the people fucking up theaters and throwing popcorn on the screen.
It's kind of funny.
It is funny. It's fucked up, but it is funny. Cleaning up that food and stuff in them theaters ain't easy. They ain't got no vacuums. They gotta sweep that shit up.
Yeah. And if you don't actually clean it and the guys come to work the next day, they'll be like, who was closing? And you get in a whole bunch of trouble for not cleaning the popcorn. It's the worst. Speaking from not experience, but friends who've worked at movie theaters.
I had a friend that worked at a theater. He didn't like it. Still didn't like it. He's working at a better job now. I love you. Love come together to kill Barney. Yeah, so yeah, Kimani, that Barney movie is coming. Daniel Kaluuya is gonna make it. Jordan Peele might be helping produce. So be on lookout, y'all.
Oh
Mario Kart is mission to find Gamera.
Gamora, Chris Pratt.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's a Marvel thing. You wouldn't get it.
His Mario voice, man. I don't know about that. I don't even think Mario should talk in the movie.
How you can do a movie without the main character talking?
Wally.
That's a good point. But still,
like
he could have some phrases. He could say, "Let's go."
You have everybody else around him talk, but like he doesn't really talk. The only time he talks is in the Paper Mario games, but you don't hear him talking. But they have subtitles of him talking.
Mm-hmm. Mario shouldn't talk, but definitely when he jumps, I want to hear those grunts.
Right, you gotta say, words and stuff. I think you can do the movie with him just saying his little phrases that he usually does, like "Let's go." All that stuff.
Did you watch the one from like 1994?
The animated show?
No, there was a Mario movie where Mario's last name was Mario, and there was a live action, and they lived in New York City.
Oh, the Super Mario Brothers movie with them ugly Goombas.
Yeah, the Goombas. Yeah,
that movie was atrocious.
That's more of a case for why they shouldn't speak.
They had the Goombas in leather jackets. It was horrible.
Yeah,
it looked like a biker gang.
Sorry, it's your girl. She said, "I'm kidding. I'm just kidding."
All right, you guys.
That wasn't even my phone. I thought it was Adam or whoever.
Nah.
It was your phone.
So was there any other opinions I had on this Nintendo getting this anime studio and stuff? Because that's really it I had at the topics and stuff. I wouldn't have the stream be too long.
Mm-hmm. I'll say this. I think they know what they want to do when they got into it. They had a franchise in mind when they saw what animation style that studio can do. So there's one franchise they have in mind. I think any other franchise is just gratuitous. Everything that they have is probably on Zelda, on the Legend of Link, and maybe some sequels. I think that's the goal. Maybe possibly Samus, because it is going to be easier to animate that suit doing all those activities. That will become kind of simple when it comes to like the fantastic stuff, the visuals. But Zelda is the IP that you do.
If you want to get in something ambitious, Zelda. Even Kirby. If you want to do something, like something little cute and nice, Kirby does have a Kirby games. They're kind of like the Mario games. They're kind of one-offs at times, but Zelda for sure. Zelda. If you want to do something ambitious, do it with Zelda.
It's ambitious if you're talking about quality and what it'll take to make the movie, but it's the smart thing to do when you talk about box office. What's more easier to sell, a movie that says Kirby or Zelda?
Yeah, the game that just came out, Breath of the Wild. More people got into that game. Even people who really didn't play Zelda got into Breath of the Wild because it was created almost like a Western game. Because a lot of Japanese games, they don't do big open worlds like that. They do very linear. You beat the game. There's really no continuity. Once you beat the game, it's over. What up, Superboy? Glad to see you back. Adam, any last things you want to say on the Nintendo claiming its anime studio?
Nothing really. Hold on.
Can I say one thing? I'll put a link in the comments because I was just uploading my Ms. Marvel video finally. It took me like an hour. It's a 40-minute video, but it took me very long to edit, so I'll put that in there.
Is it the spoiler review or
it's spoiler review? Yeah. I'll just repeat everything I said to you yesterday, but give me some likes. Is Adam
Guys,
back?
about Chillmonger's upcoming video. It's gonna be about Miss Marvel. He's gonna teach Marvel how to do the Muslim faith proper.
Just don't do it wrong.
All right. So since they did, do you think after this show, like when they do future Miss Marvel content, they're going to focus on this stuff as much?
It depends how loud my voice is. It depends on like if there's backlash, which it doesn't feel there is. I feel like it's genuinely loved show, and there won't be some sort of we got to change. Like how Nia DaCosta is doing the new Captain Marvel movie instead of those old directors. That's not happening here. I think they're gonna say yes, we got a great thing going here, and unfortunately, no. Unless I magically sprout 4,000 mazillion, subscribers off of this video here, nothing's gonna change.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm seeing the topic of conversation going. It seems like everybody was happy with the representation that Miss Marvel showed. You had the people that like the certain crowds that hate on that stuff and don't like that faith in general. They're obviously not going to like it. But the people that is already, in a sense, part of that faith and willing to accept other people's faiths and their religions and all that, they're obviously going to like it more. And they do. I don't see too much backlash against how they did the faith.
I can't.
Well, I just have a feeling they're going to do... Well, they already did with the Jinns, but people kind of glossed over it.
Yeah. Chill, are you happy with her origins and what was said to her at the end, trying not to spoil it? Okay, if we're not spoiling it, I wasn't happy with what happened at the end. And because the foundation of the character needs to be there so that everything else can also work. But when you don't have it's not the same character. It's like this is Madame Marvel. Right. This is weird.
All right, so let me ask this. Do you think they're actually going to do... Because they kind of killed it with this, because are they really going to do Inhumans? Or do you think they're going to do Inhumans, but they're not going to do like the Terrigen Mist type of thing?
I don't think Inhumans is happening, man.
Yeah,
if it was,
like because you kind of killed it with what they did in the finale when they just said she's a mutant. There's no reason trying to make her an Inhuman. You could say she's a mutant because mutants and Inhumans. People say Inhumans are bootleg X-Men, bootleg mutants. They're still
less popular.
Yeah, they're still a different species.
And
to me, when they did that, it's like it's like if they took, I don't know, let's use the DC for example. Let's say they took freaking Flash for some odd reason, and
Flash.
Let's say Flash, not the Flash, the Flash. Let's say they took Flash, and and we've been waiting for them to introduce Green Lanterns, right? And and then they just flip it, and like Flash is like, oh, he's a Green Lantern or something. I'm not sure. It's like, you're using a character that's not part of this faction, this group here in this universe, to introduce this other group when they're not part of that group.
And I heard people try to say
Wanda. If they did that with Wanda in WandaVision, and someone hits her like, Wanda, you have a mutation. Dun 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 dun. Okay, that makes more sense. Wanda is a mutant in the comics. Makes the most sense.
Well, when you do it here with Kamala, the most people get to say is this. They go, well, when Sana Amina created this character, she wanted it to be a mutant. So actually, they're finally doing what's right. And I look at that and say, no. Marvel,
right.
I don't care what ideas.
Right.
What?
Because in the comic, they still could have done it in the comic, but they didn't. So it's like, I don't know what was keeping her from not being able to make her a mutant in the comic, but...
because of the movies. In 2014, Marvel knew that Fox had the movie rights, so they're like, no, we're doing Inhumans. Kamala's going to be an Inhuman. That was their thought process then. They were very gung-ho with Inhumans.
Because the movie,
that's all.
Okay, right.
And that's fine. That's fine, and that's how it ended. Continue, because we don't adapt ideas that are on the cutting room floor. What we're adapting is what actually was published, what humans paid money for to purchase and own and keep it in their bookshelves. That thing, that's the canon. No matter what Sana wanted to do, that's the canon. I'm sure there's a lot of people who earlier on who created characters and they're wearing different costumes. I don't care all of the rough drafts that didn't make the cut. The actual costume that the guy wears, that's canon. Give me that.
For example, Bruce Timm, he made Batman the animated series. Now he's coming out with a show called Cape Crusader, which is the true intended version, right? I'm not saying it's going to be better than the animated series or this is the version we should have got. But, you know, just because it's the true intended version, if it's not what we got, does those rough drafts you did really matter? Like you said, does all this stuff really matter? It's not what we got. People intend a lot of stuff, but when you do create it, stuff changes, and it's not going to be what you intend. Not even going to be what you intend.
But what you click when you say finish, when you put send, when you click publish, that is the final form.
That's what you put out.
Mm-hmm.
And you, in a sense, got to run with it. Like, you built up all these Inhumans and stuff, might as well add them in. And just because the show failed doesn't mean you don't do the Inhumans. You know, the Fox X-Men movies failed, but we're going to get the X-Men in the MCU.
See? Yep. I don't get the dislike for it. If they were going to do the Inhumans, they would have pulled that line that Bruno says to her about the mutants, and they would have pulled the music. But up to last week, they could have changed anything, and they chose not to, and they chose to X the Inhumans. Yep. Get it? X the Inhumans, and we're not doing Inhumans in this iteration of Marvel films. Of course, we know, you and I know, that they will eventually reboot. Everyone's going to be recasted, and they'll start over. And maybe then, when they have the IP to all of their characters, we can do some Inhumans here, X-Men, FF, all of the groups, and kind of build to an Avengers. And maybe we'll have a closer to the comics.
Right, and that's when we do get to Secret Wars. I don't know how long that's going to be, but I think that's when the MCU is going to start rebooting too. I think at Secret Wars, that's when they're going to start rebooting and do what you said. Like, we get a more traditional type of thing, or they might just keep it going, right? Like, keep it going, make slight changes, but keep it going, same exact continuity, everything. Maybe they might do that. Tony said, do you guys think Carol and Monica conversation will be intense and serious or off as lighthearted? I think it's going to be lighthearted.
Nah, this is going to be legit. Hey, where were you when my mom died for 5 years? You had the power to do all this. You left us.
I read it wrong. I'm overthinking Kamala, Carol and Monica. Well, I mean, Monica can't really be salty about where Carol went. I mean,
she is, though.
She didn't come back for like 3 decades. And she knew Carol was going to leave anyways. She wasn't coming back. You know, when she said goodbye, when she picked out her suit, or the different colors, like she picked out colors on her suit, that's the last time she was going to see her. She wasn't coming back. So, you know.
Like, what about me? Lieutenant Trouble. Hey, I'm here, little Monica.
I can't really recognize her. Mad, but
hey, remember when Boruto, when Sasuke met Sarada, didn't even recognize her. Same thing's gonna happen here.
All right, I'll give Monica this. She could be mad about this. She could be mad about Carol. Why'd you ditch Earth for like 3 decades? What the hell was you doing? Like, you know, you just left us. You left your family, everybody. You know, we missed you. We cared about you. My mom died. And you wasn't even there for her. Like, and we don't even know if Carol was there at her funeral or anything. Even though, yes, she was. It was a 5-year snap. She said she was off world taking care of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So does she even know her friend is dead? I don't know.
That's a good question, though. Copy paste. I'm using that one tomorrow.
But yeah, any last things you guys want to say?
No.
No.
I think we're going to close it up here, guys. I got another stream I'm going to go to, heading over to Arkham Gaming. We're going to talk some DC real quick. His Multiverse cast. You guys catch me there. Let me put the link in the chat so y'all can see it. And we'll be here talking about the great DC. Paul has one more thing to say. Chill. it would be like when Scarlet Witch talked to Thanos in Endgame. Pretty much.
You don't even know who I am.
I don't even know who you are.
That
Last
was
time I seen you was a kid. I don't know you like that.
annoying.
To be fair, she doesn't know Monica like that anyways. She had like amnesia. She barely remembers her original life before she did get taken to.
Yeah, because
The
Monica
Kree
was
world.
10 years old in the movie.
Yeah.
And if she's 10 years old and in the movie they abducted Carol Danvers, you really only knew her like when you were
For
changing diapers for her, you
a
know?
couple hours.
A couple hours.
Like
But-
in the movie, it was for a couple hours. And if you factor in the time before, we don't know how deep Carol and Monica's relationship was. Like just because they're both in the military doesn't mean they be hanging out in their personal time and stuff. You know?
Nah, man. Monica and Carol, they were over looking at the stars and naming them. Yeah, I know
Or
there was a
was that in
bond
a pastime or when they was in the military?
in the past. It was in
No,
the
no, I'm
past,
saying
like
like was
5 years
that them
prior.
like outside of work hanging out or hanging out.
Yeah. It was outside of work. They definitely. Carol Danvers definitely changed some Monica Rambeau diapers.
But still, she only knew her when she was a baby. So she doesn't really know her like that.
And then for that 2-hour movie too. Yeah.
You guys, that was a stream. Thank you all for popping up, coming by. You'll catch me here on the stream of Arkham. Thank you all for watching. Because that peace, love, positive, and all that jazz. Don't do any drugs, guys. Like I always say. Deuces.
Peace.